Hey everybody, welcome to KAPOW. So I'm Jeff Underwood. I said so I got a speech impediment, like a Mike Tyson or something.
Well, it's
White. What's up, baby?
It's Monday.
It is
And
Monday.
let me just tell you how important this next guest is to us. It's Jennifer. Everyone knows Jennifer McGriff, right? Or you're about to if you don't. We don't do Monday shows.
No.
Oh, so I'm very special.
This is the only reason we're doing the show today is because it fit your schedule. We can get you in, and we can get your message out to the masses in Southside. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
And
This isn't the first time I've been here.
no,
So,
absolutely
yeah.
right. But it's a much
She was down in the other studio.
Yeah,
I
you were
was
down in
actually,
the-
yes.
and it's a
Yes.
much better show today because Joe's not with us.
Fact.
Oh,
That's a
yeah,
fact.
there's
So
that.
exactly
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So I'll go. He cares about you. He said, "Hey, treat her right, treat her good." I said, "No, we're going to treat her exactly how we treat you." He said, "Don't do that. She'll never come back." So hey, let's get people are building. What's up, Logan? Kind of just give the introduction for the ones who don't know you, kind of who you are, and then we'll get to the Joey Statham of it all.
Good.
Okay.
Why? Why do you want to? Why do you want to do that?
Why? So I work for Etowah County Schools. I'm the Special Programs and Family Support Liaison there, and I serve in a variety of roles there. But one of the big things, and probably the reason that some people do know me, is I serve as the Area Director for Neighborhood Bridges Etowah County, and which is why I was on your show
It was.
previously.
Yeah.
And through that organization, we're able to meet needs of families, and students. So anything that's an impediment to student success, we can take care of that.
Sure.
Not to go too much into that, but things like overdue utility bills, clothes, food. We've big scale. We've been able to provide 4 vehicles for families.
That's amazing.
The community response has been, that is what it's about. It's to bridge communities with schools to provide those needs for families. Because, the economy and
Oh, Lord.
the increase of the prices of everything, we just see a lot of families struggling. And one of the biggest challenges that I see is we have grandparents and we have great-grandparents raising their grandchildren and great-grandchildren. And if you're on a retirement fixed income, that's a struggle to feed 2 more mouths or whatever the case may be. So anyway, and that's my passion. But I work, with families and teaching parenting classes and just a variety of
God,
things.
where were you teaching parenting classes when Jerry and I needed you? What in the world?
Listen, I wish
Good
I would have had
grief.
these parenting classes before I became a parent because, it's
We got
wonderful.
advice from people like Joe Taylor, Sherman Guy, and we have problems.
Well, both our mothers beat us.
Yeah,
Because that's what happened back in those days.
for sure. And now we're kind of seeing maybe there are other options.
Yeah, last time you were on, I think didn't we raise money for a washer and dryer?
Yes,
Yes,
I think
yeah.
so.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Because Joe finished it out.
Correct.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
God, that was a while ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I
It's been a
think-
minute.
Yeah,
My
was it
goodness.
at
Well,
the beginning of last
she
school
keeps
year?
Was it last or a year before last? I don't
I
remember.
think it was. I feel like it was this past. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. It all
Me
kind of
neither.
bleeds together
It's
for
been a couple
me.
years, hasn't it?
I
But
think so. We've been in this studio for a year and a half.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a couple years.
So maybe it's 2 years.
Well,
Right when
just-
you first came
yeah.
on.
Anyway, we can just blame Alan Cosby for it.
Yeah. I'm
It's his
not blaming him anyway.
Everybody else does, so we're gonna blame Alan. It's your fault,
oh,
Alan.
Dr. Cosby is he's
a
he's
great
very
guy.
supportive
Yeah,
of all of the things that we do beyond the academics, and so that's why we're able to.
Did
do
you watch the
a lot of
episode that he
things.
was on?
I did not. I need to go back and watch.
You do.
I need to do
Facebook is
that.
deleting those, by the way. Any of the live videos that are past a certain amount of time, they're taking them down.
no.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
So got him on YouTube though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it saves on YouTube.
Yeah.
But
Still.
Just to give you, and then we can move on to something else, but just to show the community responsiveness to neighborhood bridges, we, in this last school year, 2024-25 school year, we took in over $100,000 in
That's amazing.
donations, or that includes product value
Sure,
donations
sure,
as well.
sure.
But
Man.
every dollar goes straight back to the families.
is that
you know?
private donations as far as?
Yeah, well, we have our Kindness Council members, which businesses or
right.
individuals that give annual donations, but
Call it the Kindness Council.
yeah, the Kindness Council.
I like that.
Yeah.
She named that.
We need
No,
more.
I didn't actually. I can't take credit for that. But
Hey, you're running for office. Yes, you
yeah,
can.
yes. I'm sorry. Yes,
That's all good.
that's my thing, for sure.
Yes, we can.
So, District 2,
Yeah.
City Council, Southside, Alabama. It seems like a perfect fit for me.
Yeah.
But why in the world we understand you care about people. That's what you do. First time I met you was in that you care about people. That's kind of your thing. And,
Yeah.
and is that your approach for wanting to be a council person?
I think so, just kind of an umbrella approach to why I want to run. But
Yeah.
I just think one of my giftings is the ability to bring people together and to create just sort of a sense of unity, even if we may not all agree. Sometimes it's okay to, agree to disagree.
Sure.
And so I think that's one of my strengths. But beyond that is just, being a voice for people. And that's my campaign slogan is your voice, because, when I was younger, I didn't always feel like I had a voice. So the old adage of, you become what you needed when you were younger.
Sure.
And that's certainly what I've done, before I was in education and before that. And so I think there are a lot of people in the Southside community that just don't feel oftentimes that they're heard or that their
Yeah.
voice is heard. I think that creates this social media whirlwind that we sometimes get into.
Yeah.
And so I think it's, one of the most important things in being on that city council is to be, to be I don't even want to say open door, but to be available to people, to be accessible for people to feel like they can, get in touch with you, which is one of the reasons and I didn't steal this from Joey. I didn't know Joey had his number on his card, just to clarify. But, I put my phone number on the card because
Yeah.
I think I've
Good.
found that to be true with what I do with neighborhood bridges. My phone number's on everything.
Right.
But do you know how many calls I actually have?
No idea.
Very few.
Really?
Very few. And so I think it's just people want to feel like they can get in touch with you, if they need to.
That's true.
And so, and I want to be a person who listens to everybody, not just certain groups of folks, and to really, try to advocate for the things that they think are important.
That's novel, isn't it?
Why do you think so many people are running for office in Southside this election? It's a lot.
That's a good
Yeah, I had no idea. I mean, honestly, when
Yeah.
I felt led to do this, I do believe it was a God thing that, I did feel prompted to do this. And I had no idea what I was getting into or how many people would be running or any of the other things
Sure,
that,
sure.
that I've experienced. But I think that people are just at a place that they want to see a united front. And at least for the community, because, with our family members, do we agree,
Nope.
with them on everything? No, and I think as a society, we've sort of lost that ability to be okay with not having the same opinion or not feeling the same way about a certain thing as, our neighbor, and that
Sure.
makes us like, we get in that Hatfield-McCoy kind of mindset. So,
I like the uncomfortable.
yeah.
The awkward. We change our opinion just so we can disagree.
We do.
Yeah,
Matter
yeah,
of fact, we
yeah.
changed it on the show, dead middle of the show. You were one way, and then I changed.
Oh,
and you
yeah.
went, you know what? I'm going to go
The other way,
Yeah,
just to,
yeah.
it's being an adult. You can
Yes.
have a different opinion and
Yes.
still love one another and care about one another. And sometimes you just like to argue.
But that's the common
Yeah.
theme right now with folks that are running for office in Southside.
Yeah.
Let's be transparent with it.
Right.
Is they're coming in saying, not you have not said this yet, but the other ones we've had on so far, there was an issue leading up to, as a private citizen of Southside, leading up to the point where they go, you know what, I better put my money where my mouth is. If I've got these issues, let me run. And they're saying the same thing. Transparency, a voice, somebody to talk to.
Right.
I feel like I fell through the cracks and no one would listen to me. And I think that's what civic involvement is.
Sure.
100%.
What it should be.
Yes.
And I thank God for people like you, people like Joey, even though Joey's not a sponsor. Joey Statham, I don't know if he's that go, you know what? I love my community, but there's a few things I'd like to improve on. Not much, but a few things I'd like to improve on, and I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. Talk about how important that is, but also giving away some privacy, because you're putting your cell phone number out. Your
Oh,
people
yeah.
are on your socials. I'm sure they can go to your socials and find you immediately. Your husband, he's a musician. He's out there. Of course, he's more than that. He's a husband, a dad, and everything else. But you're giving away privacy. Talk about those things coming into play.
Yeah, so if I'm being really honest, I think this is probably one of the most uncomfortable experiences that I've had in my life. one of the primary reasons is, like you said, you're just putting yourself out there. I mean,
Sure.
for anyone to say anything, to have any opinion, and it makes you feel extremely vulnerable. And the other side of that is the work that I've always done. I'm kind of the man behind the curtain, because that's how it should be. So that's been
good.
a little bit challenging to kind of put myself out there and say, I am great, I am wonderful, those kinds of things. Do y'all remember that
I
Stuart
am
Smalley
precious.
Saturday Night Live?
Oh, that's old
I'm
They took
school.
it from
special.
Precious, didn't
They did.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So that's been a little bit of a challenge for me. But the amazing part of it is that I have been able to meet so many wonderful people. Whatever happens, and with the election, I mean, I know that, it's been such a wonderful experience, and the people and some of the people I've met, I think they had that feeling that they were invisible.
Yeah.
That maybe they'd fallen through the cracks, that maybe their voices were not being heard. And I just think by just me fundamentally being who I am, which is what you said earlier, I care about people. And it goes back to that thing of, when we go through hard things in our lives when we're younger, like, we never want people to feel
Sure.
the way that we felt.
Right.
And so, probably not dissimilar from what you do in ministry, what both
Sure.
of you do in ministry. And so that's been, I think, my favorite part of the whole process, is just meeting people and connecting, and,
Well, you got people jumping on.
But not meeting people like Jerry Ramsey. No.
Never,
No,
never
definitely
Jerry
not
Ramsey.
Jerry, definitely not Jerry.
Kevin Stevens said, "Good morning, guys and gals." And yes, we all must work together. Jerry Ramsey said, "Jennifer McGriff is one of the most community-involved people in the area. Southside would be very fortunate to have her on their team."
Brett, look at this.
Thank you.
Well, that's
Thank you,
actual.
Jerry.
That's an actual height
That Brett,
difference.
place 5, place 2. 2 is greater, higher, better.
Brett and I've had some good conversations.
So
I met
funny.
him. He is funny.
He says,
Hilarious.
"Good morning, guys and ma'am." Todd O'Brien. Todd, you can't vote for her. You don't live in
Who is that?
Southside anymore.
Todd, does Todd live in Southside?
No, Todd lives in Navarre Beach.
No, Todd. are
Hey,
you
get
trying
your
to
mail-in
Google
ballot in.
citizenship?
Get your mail-in in. Get it quick.
right.
Sam Purvis is watching. A lot of
Todd,
people
you
jumping
could donate to her campaign, though. That would be a donor right there.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Todd who?
on. Todd O'Brien.
Oh, I don't know Todd.
Well, to know Todd is to know
That's
Todd.
the great Buddy O'Brien's son.
It is Buddy O'Brien's son.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pastor O'Brien.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
nice.
a Southside guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have this little activity thing I want you guys to do with me.
Oh,
Okay.
Please don't. You're an educator. Don't be bringing
Listen,
this stuff.
I have to
lived
bring this
with
in. This
one.
is something that one of the people on our team, she showed this to me, so we did this activity.
Okay.
This little session. So I'm going to give you each a piece of paper. Don't
Okay.
discuss it with each other. Keep your thoughts to yourself.
We would
okay?
never.
So when
Yes,
you
ma'am.
see this photo, I want you to select 5 things that you notice.
5
Oh, no,
things.
not even 5. Just do 3. That'll
3
work.
things
Yeah.
we notice.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
All right. You done?
Yep.
Okay. You go first.
I noticed the neglected baby on the floor. I noticed the mom looks like she's smoking maybe on the couch, and I noticed a child looking for a dad's attention.
Okay.
I went with the same thing with the younger one that wanted some love. I noticed there was some groceries. Ever praise God for groceries, right?
good.
And it looks like I need to do the dishes when I get home.
Okay. So now look at it again.
Mhm.
Now point out 3 positive things. You already named one positive thing though, because your mind just kind of went
Sure.
that way. But so 3 positive things.
That there's heat, there's
Okay.
food,
Okay.
and
There's family's the most
I
important
guess
thing I see.
there's love there
Right.
for the dad, and yeah.
Okay. But what did your mind initially go to when you saw the
negative.
picture?
Negative.
The negative.
Yeah.
So we have that unconscious bias we're just pre-wired, right? Because I
Yeah.
think it goes back to our little caveman brain of, kind of always looking for the threat. And I feel like that's just one thing that came to my mind during this election, just about our community and surrounding communities. I think people are hardwired to look for that negative, and then when they are empowered through validation on social media or from friends or whatever, it's really easy to find all the negative.
true.
But we have to make, like, you had to make a conscious effort. I had to prompt you to say, hey, what do you see that's good in that?
Yeah.
And
What-
so,
It also looks like you're talking about the grandparents are raising the kids.
Oh, wow.
well, and then you have, like, if you think about it, dad's coming home from work, so he has a job.
You could
Kid's
take that
happy
one
to
way or
see
the
him.
other.
Right.
Love or searching for.
The one thing that stood out to me, and because I miss it, the TV guide.
The TV guide, and yeah,
miss
and
the old TV guide.
the antennas and all
See?
that.
Yeah.
But it's an activity that just makes you realize
great.
how
Sure.
you are always looking for the negative. And I think that's one thing that I've thought about in our community. It's very easy to find what's wrong.
Well, let's talk about some of those issues if we can, because you're that kind of person.
I'm gonna need you to send me one of these every week so
Okay.
I can look at the positive things of working with you.
I will. I'll just
There's
There's
remind
not much
you.
yeah.
I'll
positive
just
working with
remind
me,
you.
but
But
you are neighborhood bridges. The big talk is Southside's bridge.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your thoughts with going on with the bridge situation?
Well, it's I don't know if you guys saw my post, but I had an opportunity to go over and talk with the Hatleys and spend some time there because I thought it'd be nice to just hear from him because he's
I didn't
had,
realize that's who that was. by the
yeah,
way.
yeah. So he's had thousands of hours of service,
Yeah,
to this
yeah.
community, and one of the main things that he kept saying to me was, "We got to have a bridge. We've got to have a bridge." And so I think that's something that obviously he's been pushing for that for years and years and years, and he knows the ins and outs, and he's sort of been there present for all of these years, and that's something that he said he really believes we need to see happen,
Heck yeah.
and he's been making strides towards that for a long time
Has
now.
he had a lot of people like you come and sit down with him?
I don't know. I mean, not to my knowledge,
Yeah, I
but
would
we've developed. I was over there about 2.5 hours one afternoon, and it was just really
good.
cool to hear him share his experience because he shared that he said, "Hey, I remember a time when we had one part-time police officer."
It's been a minute.
And some things like that. So tying that sort of back into what we were just talking about with the negative, look at what we have now there. That's progress.
Sure,
That's
sure.
growth. And so sometimes I think when growth happens, when it's not just instant and it's not this huge thing like, we have this new whatever it happens to be, it's easy to overlook the positives. And so I think, when we can start sort of bringing more of a focus back to the positives, then we can, see what do we need to do.
Well, why don't you bring us some positives? What are a couple
Okay.
positive things you see in Southside right now?
Gosh, there are several. I think, we have such an awesome community of citizens who are very involved, and I think
Sure.
the beauty of this election and the number of candidates running, I think that's a positive
That
because
shows
I
right
think
there.
we're going to have a record number of voters out for this election. So I think that's,
And that's
a positive.
it's not like that in every community.
No.
right
No,
It's not.
no.
Yeah, that's huge for you
No.
guys.
And so I think that's one positive. I think, the encouragement of small businesses in our area because I believe that's what would be best for the city of Southside. Development along 77, small businesses. I mentioned before, I was talking to someone the other day, it would be very cool if Southside could have a farmer's market
Sure.
the same way that Rainbow City
We
does.
love Ivory and Atala.
Yes, on alternate days,
Yeah.
to highlight those small businesses, just to, bring about community awareness of what's available. We have a lot of crafters and, people with, bakeries in their homes
That's true.
and things like that. So I think, creating sort of a sense of community with maybe a farmer's market.
You kind of did have a farmer's market when Coach was selling stuff by the church.
yeah,
We
yeah,
love
yeah.
that, by the way.
Yeah. So, I do think at the end of all of this, I think this election is gonna bring people together. I really do.
You have an enroll to do something like that. I mean, and not that everybody else does. And anybody that calls a representative of Rainbow City, they'll get talked to. It's the way it is, the way these guys have set it up, the way the culture that Joe and the previous mayors have set up Rainbow City. We're going to work with Southside. They're an extension of us. We're an extension of them. We work together. You've got a great relationship with the administration here in Rainbow City. We
Yes.
know that. Very, very close to Mayor Taylor and Andy, the guy that's running
Andy
out
Hughes.
here. Andy Hughes.
Yeah.
He was on the show.
Such
Yeah.
a nice guy.
Oh, that dude.
His wife. They're both.
They
precious
are,
people.
not to cut you off, Jeff, at all, but
No, you're
they
good.
are legitimate, true people. I mean, those people
They're godly
are,
people, man. He's like
That's the
godly.
people you need
Yeah.
to surround yourself with.
He's Mr.
Yeah.
Colin. That dude needs to be in the pulpit somewhere.
He kind of is.
I thought that. He
he's
is at
just
the
doing
market.
Good.
he's just doing it walking around Rainbow City.
He's an evangelist at the
He
market.
is.
And I
mean,
asked
He
him, I
is,
said,
yeah.
He is.
do you do public speaking? He goes, no. And you missed it, dude. You need
Yeah.
to do it. But anyway, you mentioned the farmer's market, maybe doing a Tuesday and a Thursday over in Southside.
Yeah.
And talk about relationships and what you bring to the table of working with other municipalities and how that's going to help you and what you're going to do for the citizens of Southside.
Yeah, so and it does go back to that, giftedness I have to connect with people and to see a need and to reach out and find, who else will support this? What can we do together? Like the recreational center that you guys are about to be blessed
yeah.
with here. How can Southside partner with Rainbow City, so that we can have some access to that and rather than duplicating services in Southside, how can we partner with Rainbow City, even Gadsden.
We don't use that term
Attala.
here.
That's a cuss word.
We don't talk about
sorry.
Gadsden here on this show.
Sorry. But how can we partner?
Yeah.
And the things that we bring into Southside, being intentional about the things that we bring into Southside that will bring people to us.
Heck yeah.
We don't need a business that Rainbow City has or Ohatchee has. We need a business that's unique to Southside, because then we're bringing people from Ohatchee, from Rainbow City, from Attala. That's just something that I've thought about.
Like Smoke Neck.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Yeah. And George has been very supportive during this campaign.
Didn't you
I
have
think
a meet
he's
and greet
enjoyed
there?
it.
You had a
I
meet-
did.
yeah.
I had an initial meet and greet early on when went back up to when I had no idea what I was getting myself into.
Sure.
And then we did on July 3rd we did a meet and greet when he had his fireworks stand.
And you're having another one. Is that right?
Not scheduled yet, but working on that.
Jerry Ramsey, she said not yet, but if you want to donate to her, she'll have one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have anything to donate your money to. You won already.
We're working on that. But
George actually reached out to us, so we're going to be on site and help host the one on the 23rd. maybe,
yes,
something
he was.
like that.
He
August, right?
shared that with
Yeah,
me.
we got to get up there and meet him. We still haven't met him. It was just an email thing.
You're gonna really
we partake
really
in
like
a lot
it.
of his stuff, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We got some of his
Yeah.
goods.
He's been super supportive to me. He's been an encouragement. And anyway, we had our little meet and greet there on July 3rd. I gave away tomato sandwiches because why not? I mean, everybody does hot dogs, and I was like, I love tomato sandwiches. It's my husband's favorite time of year. And
Yes.
then
But it's a key question, and this we cover how you answer, because this could hurt you or help you get votes.
oh no,
What mayonnaise?
Oh, dude.
Oh, come on, girl.
I mean,
Did you do a lightly toast?
Why that's
well,
so much?
Did you offer
not
that
inside
outside?
the fireworks stand, but
Well, I can see where that would be
Yeah.
problematic.
Southside, if anybody could do it, Southside people can do that.
Yeah,
So-
Southside could do that.
So
yeah.
Dukes is that's
That's
the
Dukes,
answer.
I mean,
That
if
wins
you,
for us.
yeah. So my husband and I went to Asheville on a quick little vacation not too long ago,
Yeah.
and we went to this produce market that has like heirloom tomatoes this
Oh,
big.
good Lord.
Amazing. And so we
Yeah.
had no Duke's mayonnaise, so I went into one of the gas stations and got like 20 packs of Duke's mayonnaise. I said, "Hey, how much would you charge me for this?" He goes, "It's fine. You can just have it."
That's awesome.
Like,
That's
okay.
a good. That's a good.
That's great.
Jason Dodd said Jim McGriff is doing a great job.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, people just jump
Is that
on.
Jason Dodd you said?
Chef Dodd.
Yeah.
Chef
So
Dodd.
Jason used to do Chef Dodd.
Yeah, look at
I
me.
made a post
Got a
on
food
Facebook
truck.
years ago and said, "Hey, does anybody know a benevolent chef in the area?" And somebody tagged him. And
That's
so
him.
we used to do these junior dinners out at J&D Farms for our
Oh,
juniors that were
yeah.
outgoing before their senior year. And he came
Yeah.
out and donated his time for free for
does
I think
that.
4 years.
He does
He's,
that.
And his macaroni and cheese.
Different.
Don't misunderstand.
It's
It
good.
is. It is the best.
Listen,
the
he's
best.
been a longtime church member of ours, and he gives so
He
much
does.
to the community. And not to give him free advertisement, because this is not football season, and he's not a sponsor yet.
Yet,
but
yes.
but it's those type of people.
Yeah.
Talk about that. Talk about philanthropy. Talk about what you bring to the table of getting community involvement into government, because that's a huge thing that a lot of municipalities are missing out on, is getting the local participation of citizens involved in government.
Yeah, and I think it goes back to what I was saying earlier, is my ability to connect with people and reach out to people and just make people feel seen and heard. And I think that's the key to, you know, with neighborhood bridges, for example. People, once they found out about it, they learned what it was. Look at the support we have now.
Sure.
I mean, when I became the area director, I think we had maybe $350 in the bank, and now we have annual support of, you know, it's good.
Significantly
It's
more.
good. It's good.
How much of that
And so-
did Brett Tyler Smith donate?
Nothing.
Brett Tyler Smith, nothing.
Sacred
yeah,
Art
but,
Tattoo
but
in
I think
South
Sacred,
11th Street?
Hey, I think Sacred Art Tattoo should become a kindness council member.
Yes.
Well,
I'll come see you, Brett.
let me just say this: he is truly. He comes. You have to know him. He comes across a certain way.
He's hilarious.
But
man.
dude is one of the most legit human beings I know.
I've seen him. I feel kind of connected to him because I see him post on the food, about the food stuff, and I
Yeah.
love food. And he's a big Katy Thai guy because I always see him post about
Oh,
the
yeah,
Thai
that's on
place.
the mountain.
He keeps
And
telling
I'm
us
a
to go
big,
up there.
I'm a big, yeah. You need to go.
Well,
It's
KAPOW
amazing.
Bites
I'll do
back
that,
is
yeah.
coming around soon.
You should do, yeah, that's exciting. But yeah, I think community and government go hand in hand. I mean, I think you've got to have the buy-in from your people. People have to feel a sense of ownership in the community.
Sure.
And a way to be involved, you know, whether that's, you know, we talked about the farmers markets or, you know, cleanup days, or, I mean, it can look a lot of different ways, but I think I have connected with so many people through neighborhood bridges, different businesses, different organizations and agencies that I didn't know existed. And so I think my knowledge of a lot of that will be helpful on city council, just a lot of grant opportunities that are available for different things, you know, bringing in money that we're not having to spend, but that people are giving us because they believe in what we do, they believe in the vision of the community.
Well, you're an educator, right? So this is what you do for a living, but this is what you do for service, is community service. Grant writing, I think people underestimate the importance of having somebody that has the knowledge like you do. I've written them before Jerry has. My wife writes them a lot. It's important to have somebody like that can know where to go and look for community grants. As a politician, which is what you're going to be if you win, which you
She won't be.
she
a
has to be.
politician.
Is what
She won't be. She'll never take that
Sorry.
moniker.
Right.
I won't be
Never.
the maybe stereotypical
right
model
but
of what people
talk
used
about
to
how
be.
important it is to have, and this is where we're trying to push you. Jerry and I knew coming in today we're going to have to push you to promote you. Talk about how important it is to have somebody that has that knowledge. Hey, I can go out and find these community grants that will take care of small municipalities like this, or small businesses. I can help these guys in my community. Hey, here's a grant you could apply for to help your small business.
Oh, I think it's vitally important. I think one of the sort of hot topics now in Southside community and all communities is spending,
Yes.
you know, and money. And I think one thing about me is I'm not afraid to ask, you know, the way that for the money. And honestly, most of the time, if you just ask people, you have the awareness of where it is. And if you just ask,
That's true.
people are going to say yes. That's actually how I met Joe, was when I took over neighborhood bridges. I just cold called him. I said, "Hey, I heard you care about the community and that you want to, that you're a giver backer."
Yes.
And so that's how that
Yes.
relationship started.
Sure.
And since then, through that connection, I've been able to meet a lot of other people in different agencies, different businesses, and so through that, connection, networking, that's something that, that's one of my strengths is networking, the ability to network. And being in education, you are made aware of a lot more opportunities that are out there with grant monies, with, community action groups, with, a variety of different things like that. So
good.
Well, you got some people jumping on. George says you're one of the most genuine people he's ever met.
thanks, George.
Trent Thrasher said, "Good luck to you," with an exclamation point.
Thank you.
And for him to put any kind of punctuation, he meant
Took
it.
the extra time.
He means
He
it.
don't do that. I
That's
mean,
why I
that's,
put a space and an
Yeah.
extra.
Uh,
So that means he took some time.
Brett said, if you get those dogs from running wild in Southside, you got his vote.
Which Brett?
Brett
Tyler Smith.
Okay.
That's an issue, apparently.
Okay. What's?
Apparently,
Apparently
there's a
dog
dog
running
pack.
loose.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I thought you were the head
First
dog.
time. That's not the first time that's been said when we had a guest on from
I
Southside.
probably wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, no, I know. It
happens.
Because you were thinking
Wow.
about flood questions.
Yeah.
That's what you was going
That's
through.
normally
your
good
mind.
questions,
That
though.
was a good
Yeah.
question.
There's, I mean,
Yeah.
there's some, hey, let's talk about the mayoral election, right?
Okay.
Because obviously, whoever wins, hopefully, you want to be able to work with those people. Talk about your relationships with the three individuals running for that position.
Okay. So I met Dan very recently, just
Yeah.
through the campaign. Dan's a very nice guy.
We liked him.
He is. He's very nice.
Yeah.
I think he's very sincere. I think,
Sweet man.
he cares about the community.
Mm-hmm.
Dana Snyder's actually one of my Kindness Council members, so I know Dana through the educational world. She's an annual giver for our Neighborhood Bridges community, donation platform there. And then Joey Statham, I know Joey. Joey and I've had a few conversations, and so I mean, I'm able to work with anyone. I know everybody says that, but I truly am. I'm able
believe
to.
that.
I think I will be able to work with anybody.
We don't know Dana.
Oh,
We want to.
We were
Yeah.
told she hates us, and she said it'd be a cold day in hell
No,
before she
she
comes
did
on this
not.
show.
She did not.
100%.
really like her.
100%.
Yeah.
We met her at the
That's
Western
true. We
Sizzler
really do
during the
like her.
mayoral
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, the first time we ever met her.
Yeah.
Super nice. I don't
Yeah.
know what the
Yeah.
issue was, but she hates us.
I
It
don't
was
think-
because Jerry said some bad stuff or something. I don't know.
Sometimes
blaming you.
sometimes Jerry talks.
Yeah.
I'm
We do,
saying.
Dana. We do
Hey,
love you.
hey, Dwayne Ball's watching. We love Atala.
City councilman.
Who?
I'm the mayor.
Who is that?
City Council. He owns Etowah Used Cars.
I didn't
Dwayne
know
Ball.
that. Oh, okay.
Dwayne Ball.
Okay.
If you don't
I
know
need to know
Dwayne,
him. I need to know
you need to
him.
know somebody that cares about people. He's a city council member. Tal. He owns Etowah Used
Yeah,
Cars.
we get along well. for
That's
sure.
that dude.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
is. He's the.
Okay.
He's the. How to put exactly how to characterize Dwayne? He is.
Be careful.
That's my dog.
Be careful.
My dog.
Be careful. One of the things that you say that you're running on is, I will listen.
Mm-hmm.
How important is that to be heard as a citizen? That you think, man, I don't have a voice. I mean, I've gone through issues. Fortunately, I know some people over the years. With my Uncle Sherman being the mayor of Gadsden, with Jerry White being my best friend of 35 years, I could call him or call Sherman and say, hey, this is what I've got, a problem. Who do I call? They said, don't worry about it, I'll call them for you. A lot of people don't have that, right?
Right.
I know people. I'm not anybody, but I know people.
Sure.
But there are certain people that live in Southside that go, I don't know who to call. And nobody's listening to me because about Brett Tyler Smith, the dogs or the drainage or the trash or fortunately and unfortunately, that's what a city councilman has to deal with a lot
Right.
of times. Sports, not having adequate funds for their sports teams, for youth teams, those
Yeah.
types of things. How important is it to you to have somebody in that council that says, I will listen and I really will? Talk to those people that say, hey, I want somebody that's going to really listen to me.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's the job. It's what you're in that seat to do. You are just one vote.
Yeah,
Sure.
sure.
I mentioned that in one of my posts. I am just one of 6, so I don't want to, my whole thing going into this is I don't want to make a lot of campaign promises that I can't keep because whatever I say I'm going to do, I want to be able to do it in that seat. But the one thing I've said that I will do is listen. I had a conversation with someone this morning who works in Southside, I'll just say that, in the Southside area, and they were asking me questions about what I thought or felt about a certain topic. And I said, I can promise you this, that I will listen to the experts in whatever agency or department that happens to be, and I will hear your voice and
Oh, I
I'll
could-
listen to that. While I can't make decisions, I can listen and I can advocate, which is what I currently do, in education.
Sure,
And so,
sure.
I mean, I think that's paramount to everything because you are in that seat, you are representing the people, and we all want to be heard. We all want to feel like we matter.
Go ahead.
It's not just enough to listen, right? It's to hear both sides and then be able to go back to someone and go, okay, I've heard this side.
Yes.
I've heard this side. I've done my homework. Now I have to deliver some uncomfortable news to you. What your concern is not the best way.
Right.
How important is it to have somebody that has that strength as an advocate? Because
Oh,
you
yeah.
have to do that.
Yes.
Sometimes you have to tell parents, you know what, this educator, they're right.
Yeah.
And I know I'm here for you, but what you're saying is not valid. What they're saying is best for your child.
Yeah.
How important is that as a councilman to be able to go in and say, or a council lady, yeah, this is not going to be best. I know it affects you, but you're going to have to wait it out a little bit.
Yeah, and I think it's easy to do that when you have a full understanding of both sides of the coin.
Sure.
I think oftentimes we just hear one side of the story and we make assumptions, and we operate on those assumptions rather than you do have to
Sometimes
see
you got to
both
cut
sides.
the baby in half. Though.
Yeah. Well, you do. Sometimes. That's
Careful with
not
that
the best,
statement.
not
That's
the
not-
best
that's
analogy I can
not-
think of, Jerry.
that's not a good
But
one.
I went Old Testament.
but
You know?
yeah,
Gee.
you did.
think
You did
that's
go.
Old Testament?
No, it's not.
No, I don't think
I don't
so.
know,
My
but
goodness.
yeah, I do think a lot of times,
I love how she called you out on that.
She will.
Oh yeah,
No, she
I'm
will.
getting a little more comfortable
love
in
that,
on
by
this
the way.
show. Have me on one
She'll be
more time
kicking me
and
under the
I'll
table
be-
before it's over.
I'll be
Shut
co-
up,
Shut
dude.
up, Jerry.
I'll be co-hosting.
I would love
I
that.
do
It'd be an
think-
upgrade, I'm
I
sure.
need a vacation.
I think in a lot of situations it's
Shut up.
easy to
Yes, Mom.
it's very easy to, like, if you know someone or if you're friends with a group of folks or
Yeah.
whatever the case may be, it's really easy to just want to listen to that side.
Yeah, that's right.
That's just,
The
the
great-
biases that we
Sure.
all live with. And so I think it is important to be able to be unbiased in those situations and really do the right thing. And
So,
that's the hard piece of that.
telling the constituents of Southside, you're not afraid to have the uncomfortable conversations.
No, I'm not, because right is right at the end of the day.
See?
You know,
That's new.
right is right.
The greatest campaign promise I ever heard this gentleman give, I forget what state it was in. He was running for something. It was all over the news. He said, "My only campaign promise is I'm not promising you crap."
That's pretty good.
And he won.
Yeah.
And he won.
Change
Yeah,
these.
maybe.
Yeah, we
maybe,
change
maybe
this.
I think, yeah, that's
I don't
much
promise
better.
you nothing.
That's a much better campaign promise.
Well, I think
David Richardson, you don't get nothing.
nothing. But I think I think it's pretty great. You put your voice, and you happen to be a singer.
well,
Don't sell yourself short.
sort
That's
of,
not what we're doing.
Sort of. My husband forces me to sing with him.
You're an
sometimes.
I'm
artist.
gonna have to listen to you. I've heard you were a singer. I'm going to listen. Joe
Yeah.
said you were a singer. So.
Well, I mean, I
listen.
I get up there and do a little karaoke singing, but my husband is the performer. But I do enjoy it sometimes, especially if I'm playing and singing somewhere else where nobody knows me. That's much easier to do.
You'll read the
you
statement
know?
by George. George is putting another statement out there.
The big famous George. Jennifer has the ability to tell you you're wrong, and you be grateful to be wrong. That's great.
It's pretty good.
I can see that.
Thank you,
pretty
George.
good.
I
That's pretty
appreciate
good.
that.
That's funny.
Can't wait to meet this guy.
Me neither.
You guys are gonna get
Yeah.
along well, I think.
Yeah, I can't wait to meet
yeah.
him. So I think now's the part of the show where you get to look in either of those cameras up
That's
there,
right.
Jennifer, and ask the citizens of Southside for their vote and give them the hard pitch of you're not promising them nothing. Ask for their vote.
good.
The floor is yours.
Okay. So I would love to have your vote for Southside City Council Place 2. I will truly be a voice for you. I will listen to both sides, not just one side, and I will take action to try to see that things that are important to you are important to us as well. So I would love to have your vote, and my number is available if you have questions or want to text or want to have a conversation. I'm always available.
That sums it up.
Do you mind if we give the number out?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
256-393-0333. You requested that number, didn't you?
No,
You
I
got
swear
that number.
I didn't.
How? We own cell phone stores for a living for a long
No.
time.
What happened was I had the same number forever. Well, then I switched carriers,
Yeah.
and so they were having a very difficult time
Porting
porting my
your
number
number
over. And so I had the same number forever, and it was a series kind of similar to that. And so I said, could you do something like maybe like that? And they just threw
Well, that was a
out for me.
ploy we said back in the day to sell different stuff.
We sure
Yeah.
did.
Because then we used to charge people to bring their number over.
Aunt Deborah, sorry about that.
Sorry, Deborah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
She's had 490. It was 490 Debs or 504 Debs for a long time. Yeah, it's 490.
Yeah,
Debs.
no, that was
That's
not
hilarious.
intentional. I mean, kind of. I was like, could I have a
Yeah, it
number
was
that's
intentional.
easy? But
That's
I didn't ask
funny.
for that.
So
yeah.
Jennifer McGriff is asking for your vote. Place 2, Southside, Alabama, August the 26th. She's asking you to get out and exercise your right to vote. Vote for her is what she's asking you to do, right?
Yes.
Okay, asking.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you have
Yeah,
a concern,
yeah, I was
maybe,
at
hey,
it.
hey, I'm on the fence. I don't know. who I'm going to vote for, I promise you, it's important to call her 256-393-0333 and say, hey, I'm on the fence. I don't know who I'm going to vote for. Here's my issue. Tell me why I need to vote for you.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
Brett
Give me a
Davis
call.
said he's voting for you.
Who?
Brett Davis.
Oh, nice.
He said he ain't gonna vote for himself. He's voting for you.
Brett.
I appreciate that, Brett Davis.
I wish we would come out and got your hamburgers, buddy. We're going to do. Can you just cook us some and bring it and let us taste test it?
You say he cooked them?
I saw him photo op and he moved his daddy out the way. He said, Keith, get out the
Yeah,
way.
Keith was
and he was
cooking,
trying
I'm
to
sure.
flip.
I'm sure
Yeah.
Brett, he pattied him up.
That's what it
right
was?
Before.
Krabby
I
Patties.
mean,
There's a joke in there somewhere, Brett. There's a joke in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Jennifer McGriff, thank you so much for always being so gracious and being kind and being the person that you are.
thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys
Well,
for having
come
me.
back.
I will, for sure.
I mean,
I'm going to
good.
sit in Jerry's seat next time.
I wish you would. I wish you.
Ratings would go up.